What's up, YouTube? What's up? We back for another one. I know I was waiting for this. Was you? Listen, I've been looking at this video on my YouTube for a minute. So I'm probably going to be a little excited about this one. I'm excited. Are you excited? I'm excited. All right, let's get into this one, bro. How this corrupt cop secretly ran the whole city. Bro, I'm waiting for the Netflix series already. I'm tuned in. Let's get it.
I'm Sergeant Wayne Jenkins of Gun Trace Task Force. I'm assigned to Baltimore City Police Department.
Oh yeah, bro. I seen when I first clicked on the video, I seen at the bottom Baltimore City Police Department. It's in the DMV. Bro, that's home, baby. That made me more excited to want to watch this. Sorry, I'm excited. Forgive me. Okay, come on, man.
I'm Sergeant Wayne Jenkins of Gun Trace Task Force. I'm assigned to Baltimore City Police Department.
Was that just the intro? If that's just the intro and there's nothing to do with the story, I'm gonna be pissed off.
I don't care. This is on camera, dum-dum.
It is an intro.
Let's go.
During an interview with a BBC journalist in September of 2021, Sergeant Wayne Jenkins of the Baltimore Police Department made the following statement, quote, "Don't let probable cause stand in the way of a good arrest. If you've got to lie about what you've seen or what you've heard or what you witnessed, as long as he's dirty, he's got the drugs and he's got the guns and he did the crime, just get him." Those statements summarize the misconduct of Sergeant Jenkins during his time in the police force.
Snake face. Ooh, you cool? I'm cool. You cool? I'm cool.
When you are sure you didn't commit a crime you're being accused of, but the arresting officer is showing convincing evidence that you committed the crime, well, the chances are that you've encountered a corrupt officer like Sergeant Jenkins. If you are unfamiliar with Jenkins, he led an elite police squad called the Gun Trace Task Force, or GTTF. GTTF was a special force within the Baltimore Police Department tasked with keeping guns off the streets of Baltimore and arresting drug dealers. On March 1st, 2017, Jenkins and his 6 subordinates responded to an invitation to the Baltimore Police Department's Internal Affairs building. The squad thought that they were going there to clear up a minor complaint about a damaged vehicle. Shockingly for them, when they exited the elevators on the building's second floor, they were met by an FBI SWAT team, with all 7 members being handcuffed immediately. Unbeknownst to them, they had been under FBI surveillance for months. It was learned that the FBI had used wiretaps and hidden recording devices to gather much evidence that showed that the GTTF officers were filing for hundreds of hours of overtime that they never worked, robbing citizens, stealing drugs.
Wait. Is the movie that they're showing the actual movie that I should be watching if I want to see this story on like the big screen, bro? Because if so, they got some sick actors too, bro.
Selling illegal firearms back on the streets. The FBI also found that the squad members were experts in planting incriminating evidence on innocent citizens and
Look at them. They all look like they're up to no good, bro. Look at them, bro. Each and every one of them. And look at the symmetry. They got the 2 bald ones right next to the fair skin brother, and then they got the 2 other hairy dudes this side. Sorry, I not hair. You know what I mean.
Selling narcotics that amounted to approximately.
There's an affordable way to start living extraordinary travel experiences. Discover Exotica.
$1 million. If you've ever read Justin Fenton's book, We Own This City, or watched HBO's true crime drama by the same title, well, then you've had a glimpse into the corrupt practices of the squad.
Glimpse? That's crazy.
Jenkins started his career in the Baltimore Police Department in 2003. He first worked as a beat cop and patrolled the streets of Baltimore. Research showed that he was involved in many arrests that resulted in the injuries of the suspects he took into custody. Jenkins also had a history of blatantly lying to the jury. In the book I mentioned earlier, the author revealed that in 2006, Jenkins and some other officers were involved in an altercation with 2 citizens. During the altercation, one of the officers broke the jaw of a witness named George Sneed. Sneed was also arrested, but he sued after he was released.
What?
During a court trial 4 years later, Jenkins and his colleagues lied that Sneed had thrown bottles at them. Unfortunately, the security camera footage shown at the trial proved that Jenkins's claims were false. Sadly, no complaints were put on his record, despite being caught lying more than once. In 2007, Jenkins joined the GTTF. They were tasked with reducing Baltimore's high number of homicidal suspects, such as criminals believed to have large supplies of guns and drugs. Sadly, Jenkins and his squad members...
Hey, if you could be a corrupt cop and not get caught, would you do it? Don't tell me. Just... That's for you.
...focused more on the quantity of criminals they arrested rather than...
I'd do it.
...the quality. In fact, Jenkins was always bringing in huge seizures of drugs and guns, more than his colleagues. No one knew how the squad had massive success in arresting criminals until the FBI started its investigation. It was found that when Jenkins and his team couldn't find anything incriminating on the suspects, they would plant their own convincing evidence. Due to his supposedly high success rate, Jenkins was celebrated as a leader.
That's funny because that's like kind of the main thing. Being a cop, sending people to jail.
With an uncanny knack for delivering the goods. In fact, his success, due to his supposed... They would plant their own convincing evidence. Due to his supposedly high success rate, Jenkins was celebrated as a leader with an uncanny knack for delivering the goods.
What?
In fact, his success incited jealousy in some of his colleagues, so much so that they wanted to join his squad. Investigation into the criminal activities of the squad began when the DEA started looking into the officers while investigating a drug organization. They later involved the FBI. After a 2-year federal investigation into the...
Bro! Come on, brothers. We gotta do better, man. Even on the cop side, look at the difference, bro. It's like 2 to 5. Like, come on.
GTTF.
Brothers.
Jenkins, his 6 squad members, and 1 Philadelphia officer were accused in federal racketeering indictments. The 8 officers were accused of lying to investigators, filing false court paperwork, making fraudulent overtime claims, and stealing citizens' money ranging from $200 to $200,000. They were all given jail time ranging from 7 to 25 years. Jenkins, who was the ringleader of the squad, is currently serving a 25-year sentence at a federal prison in Kentucky. Now, moving on to number 2. Joseph Jerome Meadzia...
Bro, how do you serve prison time after putting people in jail, bro? What? Yeah, you gotta be protective custody, PC, but still, bro, I feel like that's a crazy existence.
Anowski. If an officer is given the title of Chicago's most corrupt cop, well, then I think we can all agree that the officer's criminal records must have been exceptional to have given him such a recognition. This is the story of Joseph Jerome Medzianowski, a former Chicago police officer who lived a dual life as a cop and a drug kingpin. Medzianowski worked as a cop for 22 years in the Chicago Police Department from the early 1980s to the early 2000s. Starting from at least 1985, Medzianowski, his friends, and many police informants launched a criminal enterprise that involved bribery, kidnapping clients who owed drug debts, ripping off rival drug dealers,
bribery, ripping off rival drug dealers, say robbing dealers, kidnapping clients who own drug debts. What? Kidnapped clients who owned drug debts. Oh! I'm thinking when they say kidnapping clients who owe drug debt, they're doing this for the drug dealers, right? They're doing it for their own clients because they're drug dealers too. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Laundering and falsifying search warrants to raid other dealers' homes and steal their drugs. Medzianowski was so good at what he was doing that his department didn't detect his criminal conduct for years. His criminal activities, though, finally caught the eyes of the law.
Everybody had them little stashes back in the day, bro.
In 1998, when FBI agents placed him under their surveillance for more than 3
man. I might do that if I want to throw it back. Pause. Whoa. Hold on. If I want to do a throwback, right? Boom, throw a little fit on. You know what I'm saying? I might do that.
months, from mid-September through mid-December. During those 3 months, the FBI agents and Chicago internal affairs officers didn't catch him red-handed doing anything illegal, and they never recovered drugs from him. It seemed he had gotten tips about what was happening,
so... It looked like he's staring at you, bro.
He was extra careful in covering his tracks. Unfortunately for him, the investigators found evidence that showed that Miedzianowski had become very comfortable around drug dealers and gang members.
Oh.
If you're a trader trying to pass your challenge and get funded, we will pass it for you in the next 30 days. Guaranteed, or you don't pay a single penny. Yeah. Now, how can we make...
Thanks, but no thanks, bro.
During his trial, 14 co-conspirators come gang members testified against Miedzianowski in exchange for shorter sentences. In addition, the court got more than 250 secretly tape-recorded conversations of Miedzianowski and gang members talking on the telephone.
What?
On January 24th, 2003, Miedzianowski was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. And finally, number 3, William Vasquez Baez.
Nah, the way... Bro, nah, his intro's crazy, bro. Come on, everybody else.
And finally, number 3,
pictures. They just got him with the. Come on, bro. I can't use phone.
Vasquez Baez. When thinking about another ex-cop who abused his police power to the high heavens, William Vasquez Baez of the Puerto Rico Police Department deserves mention. He worked at the department.
Oh. Man, forgive me, y'all. I'm slow.
And finally, number 3, William Vasquez Baez.
That joke had nothing to do with OA's, bro. I was just doing like, because he's like a swole dude. Like, with, I was trying to do all Schwarzenegger voice. Foreign thing was supposed to be, I don't know, but I didn't.
When thinking about another ex-cop who abused his police power to the high heavens, William Vasquez Baez of the Puerto Rico Police Department deserves mention. He worked at the department from 1994 until his arrest in May of 2017. Vasquez Baez, for many years, was passionately involved in the sale of illegal drugs and the murder of innocent citizens. From at least 2004 to 2016, he was an active member of a criminal enterprise known as La Organización de Narcotraficantes Unidos, or simply La ONU. He and other members of La ONU distributed thousands of kilograms of cocaine, including cocaine shipped from murder of innocent citizens. From at least 2004 to 2016, he was an active member of a criminal enterprise known as La Organización de Narcotraficantes Unidos, or simply La ONU. He and other members of La ONU distributed thousands of kilograms of cocaine, including cocaine shipped from Puerto Rico to New York. They regularly distributed illegal drugs out of a Bronx daycare center and protected their territory. Distributed illegal drugs out of a Bronx daycare center and protected their territory and trade through numerous acts of violence.
Bro, that's like in power, right?
In fact, La ONU placed Vasquez Baez on a salary so that they could use his position as a police officer to further the interests of the criminal enterprise. He also regularly provided narcotics and intelligence to his accomplices, including information obtained from the police narcotics unit. Members of La ONU would also contact him when transporting large quantities of cocaine to ensure that the shipment avoided areas of police activity. This corrupt officer was also tasked with distributing payments to other corrupt officers who regularly assisted La ONU. One of the heights of his criminal conduct was in 2006 or 2007, when he alerted La ONU members that Freddy Mendez Rivera, a local resident, had complained to the police about the drug dealings in his neighborhood. Following bad intelligence, the members of La ONU kidnapped and killed Mendez Rivera. On May 9th, 2007, Members of La ONU hired Vasquez Baez
That's
to
crazy.
participate in the murder
bro,
of
he's basically. Who's a cop in a TV show that's always like just with it? You ever seen Sons of Anarchy? That dude. He was cool. Sometimes.
Anthony Castro Carrillo in exchange for a cash bonus. Vasquez Baez and other members of La ONU stormed Castro Carrillo's residence while dressed as police officers. They shot and killed him. Also, in 2007, this corrupt officer delivered a confidential informant in his custody to members of La ONU, who pretended to be other police officers. The informant was shot and killed.
Bro.
During his trial in Manhattan Federal Court in August of 2021, Vasquez Baez pled guilty to 1 count of participating in a racketeering conspiracy and 1 count of participating in a conspiracy to commit murder for hire. The second charge was for his participation in the murder of Anthony Castro Carrillo in Carolina, Puerto Rico. On February 3rd, 2022, Vasquez Baez was sentenced by U.S. District Judge Jesse Furman to 30 years in prison. In addition, he was to undergo 3 years of supervised release. While announcing the judgment, U.S. Attorney Damian Williams commented, quote, William Vasquez Baez abused his position as a police officer to help a vicious drug organization distribute massive amounts of cocaine and massacre citizens he had sworn to protect. Vasquez Baez was rightly sentenced to 30 years in prison for his horrific crimes. That's all concerning this video. Which of these...
Bro. I get scared that I'm gonna run into a cop like this, bro. One day, just going about your married life. Life don't gotta be fair, man. Chilling, doing your thing, and then bow, he got you. Yeah, man. 30 keys. I just found them in his back seat, man. You can't explain it. Nobody gonna believe you. That's crazy. But yo, it was a cool video. I feel like I was hoping it was gonna be, I don't know, kind of like one story, kind of told over a longer period of time. I didn't know it was gonna be 3 stories in one. It was still cool. I say it's like a 3. I gave it a 3 out of 5. It was decent. I gotta find like a way to like, I don't know. I gotta have someone else watch these videos before me or something. It's kind of like, I don't know. I gotta have a system in place, bro. Cause I want everyone to be a 5, bro. Either way. Till next time. What was that? Nothing. Alright. Until next time. We out.